Okay, guys, so we settled. We are talking about fine but broke men and how they're moving about Lagos, finding women and what they're doing to them. So, Kayce, what's dating in Lagos like for you?
Bad. I keep you guys like, I would say 90% of let's scrape out the married people aspect, but 90% of single guys in Lagos, they don't want the stress. It's so bad. Either the person is a fine boy, wake up in the morning, bathe, dress up, looking for a hard-working girl to rip up all add money in the name of love. Love you in the morning, text message, what are you wearing, what are you eating, nigga. Yeah. If you see the ones that are okay, they are well doing, living good. If you guys are 4 in number as a girlfriend, you must be lucky, girl. I've had my own shares of Lagos guys, and I don't think they want it, and I don't think I've ever been interested to date a guy in Lagos. No, I don't think I've ever been interested in doing that. I have friends, but in quotes, that word we call serious relationship that will lead us to God knows marriage, heaven, whatever it is. I don't think we can find that in Lagos. I always tell people, explore, visit. You can actually go to a places have fun. You can meet people. Just that we girls in Lagos always normally have this mindset of I can't leave Lagos. So if I don't marry somebody in Lagos, I will die in Lagos. But that is a very bad perspective. Because sometimes when you're stuck in Lagos, you can't even see your husband in Lagos. And most people you're meeting here, and you end up in a toxic relationship, a toxic marriage. 1 year, 2 years, you're out of it again because you choose to stay in Lagos. You can go to different places and have a very beautiful home that must not be Lagos. Because this Lagos, what my eyes have seen in this Lagos, my eyes have seen shaggy.
You know, that's so crazy because I feel like that same message is true for both Atlanta, where I live, and also Youngstown, Ohio, where I'm from. Because I feel like inside of those places, people feel like they can't travel. All the women I know in Atlanta, if they don't find their husband in Atlanta, it's like they're trying new things, new techniques to attract a new man within Atlanta. You gotta travel. You gotta get out. Your husband might be in another city somewhere.
Seriously, and the person might be doing so well. I used to tell you can come to Lagos and visit. You can come to Lagos and have fun. Maybe your husband have that so much money. Maybe once in a month you guys can visit Lagos, spend weekend, go back to your city, and still be living a healthy life. But no, we all are bent in staying in Lagos, and my husband must be in Lagos. God have destiny to person must be in Lagos. That's a very creepy mindset to even think of. But I believe you can see anybody anywhere, irrespective of the city. Once the person is nice, ready to take care of you, that's important to yes.
Okay, so let me see. I want to go to something that the guys have said. So all the guys who have talked both on and off camera have suggested that the problem is Lagos women. They said that Lagos women are the reason that the men are the way that they are.
What perspective?
As in the women make them feel like everything is a transaction because it's all about money, and you couldn't even find love if you wanted it because the women only care about money. They're not interested in real love at all.
I really don't believe in that 100%, but me being realistic, let me just say, if women in Lagos are 100, the truth, 70% of them are actually there for the money. Do you get? But you can't say that, oh, every woman in Lagos is out there looking for money. There's some people and there is, especially, let me just say, this island. Guys have had this mindset of any girl that stays in the island is a runs girl. Like,
is a who?
A runs girl.
A
like
who?
A married man is just there paying your bills. Like, you can't work hard to pay your bills. Do you get? Even if you're working hard. Yesterday, I bumped into an Instagram post of a lady that says she's a single mom. She stays in Lekki Phase 1. She works in VI. She's looking for a serious relationship. Do you get? When I go through the comment section, people were like, single mom, staying in Lekki, what are you doing? Who is paying your bill? Do you get? Like, people. But the honest truth that lady might be sincerely working so hard for her money. She might be working in a good company that pays her very well, and she can afford to stay in Lekki. But I kid you not, like, it takes the grace of God for a guy to walk up to that lady and believe the fact that she pays her bill by herself. Okay, they always have this mindset that and there are some people that their parents are rich here too. Okay, but no, they always have that mindset that every girl that stays in the island, the worst part of it, if you stay in Lekki as it, like, just, you're gone. A married man is paying your bills. You are a runs girl, like. You work a 9-to-5 job in the morning, in the night, a runs girl, with a married man, fixing your bills. Which is a very bad mindset. Do you get? You actually don't judge a book by the, like, I allow people to, like, meet them, go close to them. Do you get? They're definitely, I used to tell people one thing, like, some people will end up in a very toxic relationship and be like, oh, the guy wasn't like this. It's a lie. That's a big fat lie, because you can't be in a relationship with somebody for 1 year and you're telling me that you've not seen that toxic aspect of the man. Do you get? Some men will be like, toxic to me doesn't mean like I have to hit you. Do you get? Yeah, because some people will be like, no, he's not hitting me. No, you can't talk to me anyhow. Do you get? Like, waking up in the morning and telling my friend, will you cheat? Get out. Like, that's very bad. That's rude.
Yeah.
There should be a respect. Even when you're angry, be mindful of what you say to whomever you're in a relationship. It's very important. But some girls will be like, no, she has not hit me. Emotionally, the guy is killing you. He's killing your self-esteem. Like, when you guys walk into marriage, you see yourself, you start losing yourself on a daily basis. Like, and there's some people like me. People whose words don't get to me, no matter how you say it, no matter how you try to. For the fact that it's like, it doesn't remove any money from my account, it doesn't scratch anything on my skin, so if you like, scream on top of the roof. For the fact that when the roof wants to fall, it doesn't get to me. I don't have any issue with you, like, to me. But there are some people, like, when you talk to them, like, inside, you're killing them, like emotionally, getting drained every blessed day. They are losing themselves. And those girls, when you try to talk to them, they will be like, no, he doesn't hate me. I just don't like the way he talks to me.
Okay, so wait. So let's back up. So you said that they think that married men are paying for these girls. So let's clarify for the people who are not in Lagos, because a married man paying bills. So is that normal? Married men have women outside of their marriage?
It's not normal.
It's the new normal?
It's not like, but Lagos, it's just like it's just like a norms for us in Lagos. Yeah, like, people don't see it as anything any longer. But let's be realistic. It's not normal.
So wait, so people in America believe that polygamy exists here. So are we saying that people only have one wife, but they're serial cheaters, or are these men just having multiple wives?
Multiple wives, no. Cheat, yes.
Okay.
Because I'm yet to see that man that will be like, okay, I saw Vanessa today, I love her, I want to marry her. Tomorrow, maybe after 1 year, I saw Isabel today. No. They will have one wife, but Isabel, Christabel, whoever, they're existing. Like, they exist, like, and they know they exist. Like, there's nothing you can do.
The wives know?
Most of their wives know that their husband cheats. Most of them know that And they just feel like it's fine. For the
Why?
fact you come home on a daily basis, take care of your kids, pay the house rent, do the things you need to do.
So then we have to understand, like, why would a woman sign up for that?
I need a married woman to ask. Honestly, like seriously, I've met a guy that who was married. He was like, all he owed his wife like is a good sex for like 3 good days on his choice. The wife should just free him to enjoy his life outside.
Wait, say it again?
Like all he owed, like inside his marriage, whatever that is going to give his wife, is to give his wife a good sex for like 3 days back to back, like to satisfy the wife. So the wife will just lay off his back to enjoy his life outside.
Wow.
So you can imagine that kind of mindset of a man being like, okay, once I satisfy my wife and she's okay, I pay the bills, I can do anything outside.
I hear a lot of men say stuff like that. They be thinking that their sex is like God's gift to women. And I hear this from Nigerian men everywhere. The moment we start talking about Nigerian men not being good men, they be like, ha ha. They're like, I know for a fact women everywhere are seeking Nigerian men. And I'm laughing because I had this conversation just last night. And my friend was like, I know for a fact, like women everywhere are seeking Nigerian men. He, in fact, pointed to Ghana, South Africa, US, and I want to say he said another African country, but like, I was like, okay guys, I will give you that they may say that, but we have to recognize why they're saying that. Because there's never been a woman that I have been in conversation with that's been like, Nigerian men are just good men. Like, they just like that they spend money. Like, on the ranking of where black men are and them spending money, Nigerian men are at the top.
Yeah, because one thing about Nigerian men, apart from one tribe, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to mention them, but there's this level of responsibilities that Nigerian men take. It's divided into some parts because most of the people in this, let me not shake this table, like let's leave this table for another day. But being like in the level of most African country, like she say, and like I give it to Nigerian men. When it comes to responsibilities, most of them like understand what it's like there's a whole lot of Nigerian men here that have like 3 baby mamas, 5 baby mamas, but they are taking care of their kids. Like when you know that, but I won't say like in any other African country like you see such things exist. Do you get? Like it takes a responsible man and a man that is being raised well by the mother to be able to understand that. Do you get? It's not like there are some people here that they don't understand the word responsibilities. Like they don't. But to compare other African countries, I give Nigeria first.
But are we saying that these men are being great fathers, or are they financially providing? Because I feel like there's a difference.
Yeah.
And a lot of men think that as long as they're financially providing, that makes them a good dad. But many of them are absent. Many of them are like they have no emotional relationship with the child. They're not part of the child rearing process. They're just financially providing.
There's something my friend will always say, that you donated a sperm into a woman's life to bear another life doesn't make you a good father, in as much as you provide for the child. So these are 2 different things altogether. You get, and a different topic for another different thing. Like that's what's the because there are some fathers that can provide, but they are not a good dad to their kids. They don't have any relationship with the kids. You get, all they do is like, you're going to school, I pay your school fees, you need this, I give you that. So if the child is going astray or not, it's none of the man's business. You get one, and which is very wrong. Do you get? That's the very total like. For me, when you're not ready to be a father, there's no need of you putting that your stupid stuff in the man's body and be like, oh, like if they ask, are you a dad? You just stand on the queue. Like it actually doesn't make any sense to me. Do you get? I just say like if like my friend will always call them spam donors. Like that's all they are.
We do that in America too.
Do you get, like, for me though? So you being financially able to provide for your kids doesn't make you a good dad. Do you get? So if you're not able to be present in their life, to guide them at every milestones of their life, like, you're totally like, I'd say like you're the same as a man who never accepted the kids in the first place. To me. Do you get? So you providing and the kids seeing you once in 2 years. And there is one mindset most men have that actually pisses me off. When the child grows up, he knows that I'm the dad. Like, it's very annoying. Like, when you don't invest your time and a good relationship into your child, how do you expect the child to grow up and be like, oh, the child will always have the mindset, I have a dad somewhere. Like, I don't have a good relationship with my dad, but I know my dad exists. Do you know your dad? Yes. Does your dad exist? Yes. But both of you don't have any good relationship at all. Like, I've seen a girl, like, he has a very good relationship with the parents. That I'm not saying like everybody have their different ways of raising their kids, but at this girl, if anything happens in her life today, the first person he picks her phone to call, the mom or the dad, because of that good way they brought her up and the good relationship that he has with them. Do you get? But there's some people that I've seen, when something happens to them, they can never and will never call any of their parents, whether dad or mom. Do you get? They prefer to call an outsider. And let's be real, most of these things make us lose our kids without even knowing.
Yeah.
But to us, we'll be like, you're pushing money, I pay your school fees, I do this, I do that, I do that. But you're losing your kids. And believe me, whether you try to accept it or not, at old age, you will feel the pain. That's just the honest truth.
But I guess that's still like, if I had to choose the lesser of two evils, because I feel like in America what happens a lot is there are a lot of single moms and they get no financial assistance at all. So I feel like a single mom may prefer to at least have somebody who's sending money, because at least it lessens one of the many aspects in them raising kids. I won't say it like it's all Black American men, because I don't think that's the truth. I think there are many good Black fathers in the Black community within America, but I will say that there are many, many, many single moms without assistance. Specifically, I know mine grew up without financial assistance from my dad at all, but I had a wonderful stepdad who I love. Hi, Dad. But I mean, I guess if you had to pick the lesser of two evils, I don't know, but I thought dating would be easier when I got here. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Nigeria. I'm like, this is like the type of guy that I like, this very alpha looking guy. But, you know, at least of all the problems that you could have, at least they figured out the money part, because I feel like that's important.
But for me, like, maybe outside Lagos, definitely they should be, and I know that. But because of the perspective that we have built about Lagos State, it's difficult. That's just the honest truth. It's just so difficult to have a very healthy relationship in Lagos State.
Okay,
instead, most of them will accept the fact for us to be five. I fucking don't care. Like, okay, I'm the number one, I'm the wife, like, the wife is just the title, like, and the man can choose to marry 10, all of you will still be wife. Do you get? It's just a title. So, like, you just have to be like, know what you're walking into. Do you get?
Yeah.
I'm not saying there is no good guys in Lagos, but where are we going to fish them out? They are rare.
Okay, so let's circle back to the biggest topic. So I know there have been guys that said that the Nigerian man way of life is that he would rather borrow money from his friends, cut up before he took money from a woman.
Yeah, those that has the pride and ego.
But there are many here who don't have you ever loaned money to a guy?
I don't think, no, like, for me, it's not like I can't, but I will understand the level of relationship I have with you and the kind of impact you have made in my life to be like, okay, I can trust you enough to be like, okay, have this.
Okay.
Do you get? I have somebody like I know that like whenever he calls me and be like, oh, please help me with this, I give because I don't really have to ask for it back. Like whenever he gets it, he pays
Okay.
my money directly into my account. And I've seen some people that they will borrow money from you. You have to be running helter shelter and begging them just to bring your money back. Do you get? So that's just like I feel like it's just it's just an individual thing to me. Do you get? There's guys out there that are just looking for who to devour, like a lady to devour their money and be like, oh, give me this, and the person will never pay back. Do you get? But for me, in that aspect, I think it's just an individual thing. Because there are some men that lack shame.
Lack shame. Oh gosh. So I know I said in the past about the guy who, like, it's unclear who, like, he says he believed this to be like I asked him out, but really it was on my way out the door and he just happened to be at the door. But when we got to the restaurant, he ate and drank twice as much as me. But then when the bill came, he had no money. So, common or not common in Lagos?
Like I said, there's some men that don't have shame. Like they exist. Because like for me, I think I found myself in that situation sometime long ago, but I'm this kind of person, like if I'm going out with somebody like I barely know you, I just have to eat within what my account can actually carry. In case if you just like try to fuck yourself up, like I pay my bills and just go home, you should do with your shit. So I think I've come across a situation whereby a guy was like pestering me, can I see you, can I see you, can I see you? I said, it's fine. So we went out, we ordered some stuff. He was like, oh, he did like this, was like, oh, my ATM card is with my friend, I should pay with my ATM card. I said, guy, like, look for your friends, because you said you came here with your friend. Because I've heard stories about that. You get, why would I use my ATM card to pay for you, transfer the money to me? Like, it's not like you're making the transfer in front of me ASAP so that I can pay them. Not like, oh, you forget your. I said, look for your friend. Do you get? He like clearly like it shows so obvious that he didn't show up with any money. Do you get? So when he now went to look for his friend, I was like, tell the girl, the waitress that served, but like, I will pay for my bills if the guy doesn't show up, so you can return every other thing that he did because he has not touched the food. So he went to get the friend. I know definitely it was the friend's ATM card that he collected to pay for the bill. Do you get? Then after that he ordered something else and was like, do I have cash to pay? I said, I don't. Like when we are done, I just left the place and just went home. Until today, that guy never called me. He didn't even call to know whether like, oh, whether you got home or not. Do you get? Like, so it's so clear, like if I was naive, I would have just be like, okay, I'll pay, and that becomes the end of it. And tomorrow he will keep coming back and be like, with one stories or the other. So I really don't give them that chance at all to be like, oh, you have to eat from what I know. Like I really don't give them the opportunities at all. And I prefer, like, if I look at you and understand the fact that you just want to sit and talk, I just buy what I know that I can afford. So when you try to fuck up, I pay my bills, you do with your shit, I go home.
So let me say that's a good tip to tell you guys, since I'm dropping gems about what it's like to be here. One thing that I definitely have is shame. So for that particular situation, I felt ashamed because here I am at this restaurant that I go eat at regularly, and I'm over here bickering with somebody about the bill. So I was like, let me just pay the bill because I didn't want to be further embarrassed. But I will say, for a tip for somebody traveling here, like, and my friends, you know who you are, guys, girls, they have stressed to me that should I ever find myself in a situation like that again, I need to be comfortable paying my own portion of the bill and leaving him to sort it out. So I'll say this because I don't feel like that's like the normal reaction that I would have given any other day. I feel like I probably could have trusted other people to be like, okay, let me go ahead and score it and they'll pay me back. But when you're in Lagos, ladies, don't do it. Like, I'm telling you, pay your own bill, get the hell out of there, whatever it takes. But just know, I forewarned you, when you're dating in Lagos, do not say I didn't give you this tidbit of information. Pay your own, always be prepared to pay your own bill, even if the guy pays it for you.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Never,
like,
ever pay for his bill.
For me, I'll help ladies
if you don't know the guy like that.
Always order what you can afford. Don't just go overboard because you're out with a guy. Except if it's your husband or someone you know that you trust enough that the person is not going to disgrace you. You get? But meeting somebody maybe on the first, second, or third date, like always buy what your account can carry to avoid unnecessary embarrassment. That's just like for me, for girls, because they have seen most people that will go out, oh, because he's a guy, you want to buy everything in the restaurant, at the end of the day you can't afford that, then you end up on Insta blog, like, and be like,
I wish I could have put this situation on Insta blog, because I promise you, like, I was sitting there watching him too, he's like, another drink, another drink.
But the honest truth is that that's what some girls do too. Some people like buy food and be like, oh, I want extra, I'll take away to put in my fridge, I can eat that in the afternoon or tomorrow. Like, I'm not saying, like, if you have somebody you trust, like a good partner, you understand, I'm not saying you cannot borrow them money or you cannot take them out, but let there be a level of relationship and trust you guys have to get to that level whereby, I'm not saying like before they actually put us wrong that you can't spend on a man. You can actually spend on a man, but to me, you have to know the level of relationship and the level of trust before you can just be like, okay, except if you're just dating maybe Dangote, you can lavish your money on them. Like, I don't have an issue with that, but if you're a comfortable lady trying to survive and trying to like navigate life, I believe like spend on a man, but let there be a level of relationship and trust. It mustn't be marriage in quotes. Do you get? Like, there's some people you meet in life, they are great individuals, but marriage cannot happen between you both. So yeah. But all these broke fine boys in Lagos State moving around looking for who to devour, avoid them.
So how do they spot those guys?
So for me, you can smell it from their mouth. First of all, when you meet them, they're always on the oh, and my car is in the mechanic, I've not picked it up. Okay, let's use Uber. Look out for those people. People like Femi. That their cars are always in mechanic, like 247, their cars in the mechanic. Their house is in Abileba, but they came to see a friend in Banana Island. Like to me, I felt like from the conversation you're having with them, you can smell, because they always, first of all, how to put it out there to you that they have money when they don't have. They always want to put it out there to you that they have money when they don't have. That's just number one. Like when you meet a guy that always tries to portray to you that life is perfect, that he has money, I kid you not, there's nothing in that person's account. Because I believe that there is a perspective of you see somebody that is comfortable or the word rich. When you have a conversation with the person, you will know that, oh, this person is well to do. It mustn't be like a wealthy person, but somebody that understands what is like living a comfortable life is within his or her limits. From their conversation, you know.
Okay.
But if you see those ones that be like, they have 5 Range Rovers parked somewhere, their containers doesn't land, like their goods in so place, like for me, like there's always something fishy about them. Give it on the scale of 1 to 10. 8 things they open their mouth as to say are big fat lies. That's just the honest truth. Like always like putting on shirt, spraying their good perfume. Their money just all end up like whatever money that is going into their account is just on themselves. Like they actually don't think about tomorrow. They can afford the good shirts, the Gucci, the expensive Versace perfume, like just to impress a woman. But I kid you not, there's nothing inside their pockets.
I feel like, okay, so let's toss back and forth like warning signs, because the guy who this happened with, he drives a Mercedes, but he was like the Mercedes was like broken. I don't want to say it like that because I feel bad. Like I want to like put it down, like. But he was like, yeah, like he spent all of this money on getting it fixed and they didn't even fix it right, which is a possible scenario. But I just feel like he didn't even know how to work the Mercedes. I was like, you're gonna cut the defroster on? He didn't even know what it was. So I feel like I saw the red flags, but I was seeing them on my way to the restaurant, so there wasn't really much I could do. But let's see, what other signs have I run into? I'll say on the general level, even if I have friends who don't have a lot of money, like they're not interested in going places where, yeah, like that's not like a common thing that I run into, but I don't know.
That's where those like people like that, their pride and egos comes in. To get, they'll be like, okay, I can't afford this, so there's no need of me being there in the first place. Like, which is fair. I understand the level of where you are and the level of like where you're building, so we can work towards that level. Do you get? And trying to be like go overboard, be like, oh, you're trying to impress me. You're not trying to impress me, like, especially when you don't have anything to offer or anything to bring to the table. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So like all those kind of people, like avoid them in Lagos State, especially if you're coming for a visit. Like tell God, like, may you never see foolishness as wisdom, because most of them will come to you as you say they are good, portraying marriage, portraying good relationship, and how they want to get married in the next 3 months. Like when you see that kind of guy, wrong. Like any guy that sees me and be like, I'm seeing a wife, I'm looking for a wife, my mom has said I should get married, I want somebody I can go into a relationship with in the next 6 months, 3 months. I'm not saying people don't get married in 3 months, but you should be very careful at the same time, you get, because for me, you people are two different individuals coming together to exist in one world, to build your own world. Like in 3 months, there is marriage. I don't know, but
I know a lot of Black American women who were like, when they met their Nigerian guy or Nigerian guy who they've been with, like they managed, like they all introduced like marriage, like it was almost like selling them a dream, like, you know, kind of like what you're saying, like they're like, oh, I want to get married, like I want to settle down, da da da. And then later they find out that the person is already married. Later they find out that the person may not be already married but has somebody else who they're dating and promising marriage to. Or like as soon as they don't, you know, maybe if what they're after is the person's money, as soon as they realize the person's not giving them money or something, they're kind of like, yeah. So it's like, how does any, like, it just, I don't know how to advise somebody to date.
To me too, like, I really don't know, but I just tell people, like, give it time. 1 year is fine. Give it 1 year. Like, there must be something you must see to understand that, okay, me and this person, we are compatible enough to live in the same roof. Because when marriage comes in, there is something my pastor will always say, people who attend wedding, have fun, attend your church, enjoy yourself. After that moment, everybody goes back to their respective home. Marriage begins. Do you get? Marriage begins. And like, for me, I don't believe people that tell me the fact that I dated you for 1 year and you hide your character for 1 year. Like, that's a big fat lie to me. Like, it's just that either you neglected the little things that you felt like, oh, you can manage. Those things you know that you cannot manage, start avoiding it that period. Like, when you try to address it and the person doesn't want it to be addressed, but like, you can't change anybody. You only change a man or a woman that accepts the fact that I have an issue and I need to change. Do you get? It's not like you are going to meet one Mr. Perfect or Mr. Right. I believe when it comes to a very healthy relationship, we can compromise for each other because we all have different individuals, characters, different backgrounds, and different cultures. Do you get? But I believe you can compromise for somebody. I am not going to force you to change. It's not like people that say, I don't like men that smoke. I believe if I marry him, he's going to change. If you marry him, he's not going to change. It becomes worse because now he can smoke anywhere, anytime. You get? But you'll be like, oh, in quotes, you don't like people that, but I like him and I'm going to change him. Like, you can't. Except if you wake up one morning and be like, okay, this thing, I'm going to stop it. I'm done with it. Do you get? But you're feeling like I'm walking into this man's life or I'm walking into this woman's life because I want to change him to become a better person for you or become so Mr. Right, or that's, to me, that's wrong. Very, very wrong. Like, you cannot tell me that you're in a relationship 1 year with somebody you have not seen a red flag. Except if it's a distance relationship. Both of you see each other once in a year. It's understandable. But a relationship that you guys, like, in a month, you can see 4 to 5 times. In 1 year, you must see something you do not like. A man that when he's angry, he's vibrating and hitting the wall, has every tendency of beating you. The only difference that he's holding himself to until the day he goes to your father's house and drop 1 naira on your head. Hey. That's the honest truth. A man that when we are having issues, he can flick your phone, break your phone, mess up the whole house, has every tendencies of laying his or hand on you. Like, and the same thing goes with a woman. Do you get? But you be like, no, he has not touched me, he was hitting the wall. Tomorrow it might not be the wall, it might be on your body. Like, that's just the honest truth. Like, so those kind of people, like, most women, we see all those red flags. But because, should I use the word desperate, I want to attach marriage to my life, you end up in a mess that you might find it difficult to come out. And because people will have different type of people in life, there are people that struggle to pick up their pieces. Instead of them leaving that marriage, they would rather die on it. That's just the honest truth. There are some people that are strong enough to pull out. It's not everybody. There are some people that they are low self-esteem, like they are always conscious of what the world will say. If I come out and they die there, they rather die in silence than walk out. And there are some strong women out there, like, one slap, we are done. Okay, find your way, I find my way. It's not a do or die affair. Like, it's not a do or die affair at all. Like, I've seen my friends that are out of their marriage. It's not going to be easy. That's just the honest. Anybody that tells you, like, especially when you're not coming from that a wealthy home and be like, okay, your dad is going to pull money for you to start life, or it's not going to, but it's better to be alive and struggle and get to where you're going than to die with that stupid man there. And the one thing that annoys me the most is that the stupid man will live and still be doing the same thing to different girl. Why you actually rot in grave, leaving your kids face to be somebody to actually raise for you. For me, when it's not working, jeje, waka dey go. It's not that it's going to be tough at the beginning. Like, I had a friend that was like out of the marriage, a very toxic marriage. At the point of her struggle, she was like, oh, I regretted coming out. I said, girl, if you walk back into that home, just know that we are attending your funeral. That's just, but now, like, she's doing so well. She actually started up a business. She's not making much, but she's in her happy place. Do you get? I say it's better for you to be at peace than waking up to a man that will not give you money for 3 good months. But you guys are living in the same room. He goes out like 1 month, not calling, not even don't even want to know whether you're eating or not. When you walk into that place, we are pending your burial. I kid you not, he's going to marry somebody else. But that's just the truth. So when you know that you're not strong enough, for me, seek help.
We gotta find a way to get women to come together in Lagos, because there's no
Not even like
women supporting women here.
Everywhere part of the world, like where I come from, it takes the grace of God to see a woman walk out of marriage. They always have this mindset of, my mom said it's a do or die affair. Where I grew up, I know a very young girl, a very brilliant young girl, like her parents doesn't have much to me, and look, I think they are two girls. A foolish man came, the parents gave this girl out. The man took this girl to US. This girl has 3 kids. I don't know how many years they have, but let me just say that 3 years of that 3 kids, she knows nowhere in US. No phone, the man, like, no access to anybody, to her family. If she managed to call her mom to complain to her mom, I blame her mom. Like, I don't even blame the man. I blame the mom. The mom will tell her to keep praying. The day she break out of the house, she called my sister. Was crying and telling my sister called me and was like, I said, are you serious? But you can imagine the torture that girl has been through and what it took her to be like, hey, I am done. So I just said, like, if you know that you're not strong enough, seek help. But we women, we have coconut head. That's just the truth. I must marry, have landed a whole lot of people to their grave. I must marry. For me, I always say, instead of using that word, I must marry, use it to say, I must make money. I must be rich. I must be rich. Like, my friend will always say, girl, if I'm rich, I can buy any man.
You know,
I can buy
that's
any
not
man.
true. You know what? I guess if you're willing to give the money and leave out, these men have a price too. But you may buy the man, but you're not gonna buy him the way you want him. You might be able to get him to keep coming back.
To me,
but he's gonna go
any man you go to buy is a foolish man too.
Yeah.
It takes the grace of God to buy a reasonable man. And most of the women, once you get to that top where you want to be in life, like, you always look for a man that is richer than you.
That's so true. I feel like Black American women only have that problem too, and that's why so many of us
Imagine
are
me
single.
now, like, getting
we are
to
gonna
the
marry
level
more
of where
money.
I want to be in life. I'm always be looking out for a man that is richer than me. I can't stoop so low to be like, okay, I'm ready. Like, and if I end up be like, okay, I want to buy a man, I only end up buying a foolish man. Either you show up stealing my money,
I feel like
all my hard-earned labors with young girls out there. Like, it takes the grace of God to see a man that two of you are compatible, even if he's not rich at that level of where you are. But it takes the grace of God to see a man that is striving to maybe not survive, comfortable at his own level, but have sense and humble. Like, okay, two of us can make this thing work. But anybody you're buying, 90% of what you buy is a foolish person too. So
you guys, let's put this question to you guys. I want you to tell us why you think that women look for a man who makes more money than them, even women who are well off. Like, why are they looking for a man who makes more money? And I really want to hear the answers from guys and girls, because I feel like they'll be wholly different. But I'm gonna put a pin in this. Thanks guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, talk to me in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. I'll catch you guys later.